In this short video, we want to introduce Chinese labeling of medical device. These are our topics. We start with general definition and meaning of labeling of medical device. It is more than you expected. The Chinese labeling has its own characteristic, not only due to Chinese language. The typical Chinese labeling, namely instruction for use and product label at registration dossier, may be also in all manufacturers' change assessment, a super candidate to take into account. However, don't underestimate the other part of labeling, which is based on the whole research and development of medical device and IVD or external testing or issuance, and must be professionally proved before country-specific release. So it is no doubt that for foreign manufacturer it should have a procedure of Chinese labeling to prove the changes, revise the contents during and after registration in and out Chinese field. At the end, feel free to contact us for more information regarding free consulting and unique e-learning, which starts soon. Labeling serves to identify a device and its manufacturer, and to communicate information on safety, use, and performance. The typical labeling is instruction for use, product and packaging label, marketing material, country-specific code, unique device identification, assurance code and claims. It is used to provide essential information about its safety, performance, and appropriate use to the user or other relevant persons. Chinese labeling is unique because of its own language Mandarin and some additional requirements. The unique items, for example in China, are certification number and 6 digits product code. You need Chinese IFU at product registration submitted to Chinese authority. It is not that simple to translate once at the beginning from original language immediately to submission version. There are many contents to add, revise or even remove for the appropriate Chinese product variant. Besides adjusting Chinese IFU assumedly during Chinese type testing, you have to check Chinese IFU with following requirement written in labeling guidance. You have to note info of Chinese agent and distributor latest after product approval. The typical Chinese is certification number, which is issued with Chinese certificate. Don't forget the validity or expiration date of products, which are not essential in most markets. At the end you have to leave the revision date of IFU. Chinese product label is way less strict. You could change the layout after approval because the submitted product label is just a draft. There is no regulation regarding the outer packaging label. We suggest noting the info of certification number and Chinese product name on all selling units so no trouble can be found in supply chain. The cited regulation for Chinese label is the same as for Chinese IFU. The critical items are certification number, validity or expiration date of medical device. If the size of Chinese label is limited, at least the product name, model, specification, production date and expiration date or expiry date shall be marked, and, for other details, please refer to the instruction manual, shall be clearly stated on the label. It seems that Chinese labeling are not that complex so far. Actually, in the reality, there are many objects to be considered. Intended use might not be a bit different to original one turning on Chinese IFU and certificate. Production date can be saved at IFU as C label if production in lot or serial, but indispensable in Chinese label. Claims are getting vulnerable at review stage by authority. Be ready to reply to deficiency with supporting documents. In China, the international symbols will be more recognized with fixed Chinese wording. If you change Chinese IFU of Class 2 and 3 medical device, you have to apply for a minor registration. Like for Chinese regulation, you have to follow the similar product-specific guidance and standards with labeling chapter as life learning. The labeling is also there stipulated. The life cycle of Chinese labeling, especially IFU, starts actually already as original IFU in home country is drafted. It was officially introduced as translated into Chinese. During the local testing, preparation of dossier and later at review by authority, there are unpredictable time points when you have to handle the new contents in Chinese IFU. After approval during many years of products in Chinese supply chain, Chinese labeling is in permanent monitoring by customs, hospitals and device health institutions. Contact us if you need support of Chinese labeling in any stage of product life cycle. We will provide template and procedure to have Chinese labeling conform controlled. Do you want to get more insight of Chinese labeling in another video? Register our MyCompliance e-learning. We will introduce labeling requirement of IVD and Chinese symbols. If you were familiar to MDR labeling, we match together how to switch European labeling to Chinese ones. Using the free supervisor, you can also clear your regulatory trouble in field every time. The special session is International Registration and Soft Skills, where you open a new horizon of beloved regulatory task. Contact us to have a chat so we know your level and expectation, and we will have a tailored lessons schedule.